In a quiet English countryside, where days drift by with tea, chess, and garden walks, death shouldn't come calling. But in the peaceful retirement village of Cooper's Chase, it does. 4 elderly residents, polite, kind, invisible to most, gather every Thursday to solve cold cases for fun. They call themselves the Thursday Murder Club, until one morning their game turns real. A local developer is found dead, a photograph placed neatly beside his lifeless body. Suddenly, the club's hobby becomes a race against time. Secrets resurface, lies unravel, and the past creeps closer. Because even in paradise, murder has perfect company. Welcome to Cooper's Chase. Cooper's Chase isn't just any retirement village. It's luxury, comfort, and safety wrapped into stone cottages and well-trimmed lawns. But behind the calm facades, every resident carries a story, and some carry secrets. Elizabeth, a sharp former intelligence officer, sees everything and forgets nothing. Joyce, a retired nurse, hides her quiet brilliance behind endless cups of tea. Ibrahim, once a psychiatrist, studies human behavior like a chessboard. And Ron, a former trade union firebrand, lives with the spirit of rebellion still burning in his eyes. Every Thursday, they meet in the jigsaw room, beneath old photos and cups of lukewarm coffee, to discuss real-life, unsolved murders. It's a game of deduction, empathy, and wit. But mostly it's about feeling alive again, chasing purpose in their twilight years. And then, one afternoon, death walks through their door for real. A murder too close to home. The man found dead is Tony Curran, a powerful property developer. Ruthless, ambitious, and deeply unpopular. He'd once overseen the construction of Cooper's Chase itself. So when his body turns up, stabbed and staged, the entire village buzzes with whispers. Police officers Chris and Donna are assigned to the case. For Donna, it's her first big investigation, a chance to prove herself. But she never expects the residents to assist. Elizabeth and her friends, however, have no intention of staying out. Within hours, they've gathered clues, reconstructed alibis, and begun cross-examining neighbors, all with the gentleness of old age masking razor-sharp curiosity. Then a photograph is found near the body, a haunting image from decades past. And that's when Elizabeth realizes, this murder isn't random. It's part of something much deeper, something rooted in the village's very foundations. For the Thursday Murder Club, this isn't play anymore. It's justice. Clues, secrets, and tea investigations in Cooper's Chase don't follow police protocols. They follow intuition, charm, and gossip. Joyce starts keeping notes in her diary, a record of theories, tea recipes, and tiny revelations. Ibrahim charts behavioral patterns, while Ron, with his big personality, distracts witnesses so Elizabeth can do her quiet interrogations. Donna, the young officer, finds herself oddly impressed. She's supposed to be leading the case, yet these seniors seem to find answers faster than forensics. It's maddening and inspiring. The team uncovers a web of connections. Tony's business partner, Ian Ventham, is preparing a massive redevelopment plan, and the project has enemies. Old residents would lose their homes. Environmental activists have threatened him. Even employees seem suspiciously nervous. Then a second body appears. Another death, another secret unearthed. Suddenly, the cozy world of Cooper's Chase feels less like a sanctuary and more like a crime scene. And through it all, Elizabeth's calm eyes never waver. She knows the pattern, the lies beneath polite smiles. She's seen it all before, in another life. The Thursday Murder Club is getting close, maybe too close. The past comes knocking. Every mystery hides a ghost, and this one is no exception. The photograph beside Tony E.'s body shows a young woman, Angela Hughes, who vanished in the 1970s. Her disappearance had never been solved. Elizabeth suspects the two cases are linked, and as they dig deeper, the group learns that several residents once knew Angela, though none admit it easily. The walls of Cooper's Chase, it seems, are built upon secrets long buried. Ibrahim's notes reveal a psychological pattern: guilt, repression, avoidance. Someone in this community knows exactly what happened to Angela, And now that secret has come back for blood. Donna, drawn into the club's orbit, begins trusting them, even sharing confidential leads. It's unorthodox but effective. Together, they reconstruct the timeline, the motive, and the cover-up. As Elizabeth says, people think age makes us weak, but we've lived longer, we've seen more lies. Truth in the shadows. With every clue, the web tightens. Ian Ventham, Tony's surviving partner, is nervous, desperate to push through his new development before scandal ruins him. But Elizabeth sees through him. Late one night, the group confronts Ian at his mansion. He's shaken, sweating, defensive, and before they can press further, he too is found dead. Another accident, another perfect staging. The media erupts, the police are overwhelmed, and in the center of it all, the four retirees sip tea, reviewing notes, mapping patterns only experience could see. Through a combination of intuition and emotional intelligence, they finally uncover the truth. The murders tie back to that decades-old disappearance. Angela's death had been covered up to protect reputations and money, and Tony, Ian, and others were part of it. But someone, now old and racked with guilt, sought justice in their own way. When Elizabeth finally confronts the killer, it isn't with anger, but understanding. Sometimes vengeance and justice blur. The case closes quietly, but for the club, everything changes. Reflections and revelations. When the dust settles, the Thursday Murder Club gathers once more in the jigsaw room. No champagne, no applause, just biscuits, tea, and silence. Joyce updates her diary. We solved a murder today, perhaps two. But mostly, we remembered that life doesn't end when work does. Donna joins them, unofficially, smiling. She's learned more from these seniors than from any police course. Ibrahim muses about empathy. Ron laughs about becoming famous. Elizabeth, ever mysterious, simply folds her notes and says, "Until next Thursday." The novel closes on warmth, not triumph, because the Thursday Murder Club isn't about death. It's about life, friendship, and the joy of purpose, even at 80. And as readers close the book, they're reminded that intelligence never ages. And sometimes the greatest detectives aren't the youngest, but the wisest.